Technology is isolating our society, providing many services at low or no cost. Free delivery, content apps, while convenient, breaks dependencies we have on each other, eroding relationships and bonds. How can we reverse this trend and still appreciate all that technology has to offer? Volunteering brings us closer together, with our neighbors, peers, and those in need. However, it is not free. The cost is passed on to the volunteer, which makes the activity available only to those who can afford the time and expense. Can we expand this opportunity to everyone? What if the less fortunate can also help others, and by doing so, they help themselves, resulting in lasting prosperity throughout the country? Since the pandemic, the number of people that work from home has tripled. Millions can stay at home for weeks at a time, never interacting with another human, ordering food, paying bills, and watching movies online. It's no surprise that the majority of young adults feel seriously lonely, and rates overall are increasing. Volunteering can be a counterbalance to the negative externalities of these modern comforts. It almost guarantees face to face interaction and a sense of connectivity to others. Unfortunately, rates of volunteering have been decreasing, with the largest drops from the middle and lower classes. If technology is the cause of these problems, can we use it to change direction and save our communities? With an app, people can sign up for Pay a Volunteer and apply to receive $15 an hour for volunteering at reputable charities. They will give us their non-employment income information, reasons they need help volunteering, and a profile will be created. An interview and review process will evaluate need and determine eligibility. Paid volunteers will be given a login to the volunteer portal where they can view opportunities available to them, log their hours, get paid, and communicate with admins, donors, and other volunteers. Donors can log into the donor portal where they can monitor volunteer hours at partnered organizations, view dispersed funds, and post on community boards. A voting mechanism will democratize the donor experience, enabling everyone to have a voice in the organization. Admins will oversee volunteers and accounts, ensuring hours are recorded accurately and a sincere effort is made by the volunteers. Pay a Volunteer will leverage the latest in tech. I have a background in cloud technology, which I will use to develop an app in the backend infrastructure for Pay a Volunteer to scale nationwide. We will run lean, with a target of having the majority of donations going directly to pay volunteers in need. I estimate for the first 1,000 hours of paying volunteers, Pay a Volunteer will need to raise at least $30,000. The first $15,000 will go towards administrative and legal costs of forming and operating a 501c3, the cloud hosting and licensing costs, app development, marketing, and paid staff. For Pay a Volunteer to be a going concern, we will need donations of at least that amount each year, where we can encourage hundreds, if not thousands, of volunteers to help in their communities. The best part of Pay a Volunteer is that the program will have a multiplier effect, providing downstream benefits from each donation. Please visit payavolunteer.org or my GoFundMe page, links in the description, to make a donation today. A donation of $30 can pay a volunteer for 2 hours of their time. That might not seem like a lot, but for an unemployed person, it can mean filling their gas tank or a bag of groceries, which they may not have been able to afford otherwise. It's a lot easier to look for a job with some gas in the car and food in the fridge. Additionally, the reputable charities they volunteered at received 2 hours of community building services. It may have been helping families in need with food insecurity, spending time with the elderly, or building homes for the homeless. Even more, the volunteer learned valuable skills they can use to find full-time work elsewhere. That $30 sure went far and will have a lasting impact throughout your community. Incentivizing unemployed people to learn new skills, build stronger communities, and help themselves by helping others is what Pay a Volunteer will accomplish. How many people we can help will depend on the amount of donations we receive. Please help me get started to form this nonprofit. I believe volunteering has changed my life and I want to help others do the same. Thank you for your time, and I would like to personally thank each donor.